Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning to all on this brisk Thursday morning. I'm not gonna hold you very long, but I just had a few things that I want to get it off my chest. Because a lot of people talking heads with a little bit of fame de jour. Think that gives them the license to be disrespectful, or be clueless, as it were. Some of these famous Lamar Jackson representatives that run out here, and you want to chop down somebody else's career, or defame them or slander them. Emmanuel, Acho, you got to be the shittiest idiot walking. You and the rest of the Lamar Jackson prostitutes out here, and you want to jump up and holler at Todd Monken, what has he done? He did his job. Is the person that he was trying to teach refused to do their job? You all kill me going out here and defending this hapless, clutchless ass piece of a shit of a quarterback that played for Baltimore. And you got the nerve to stand up here and sit up here and go out here and advise Shadur Sanders not to listen to Todd Monken? You all get out of here with you goddamn trifecta tutus and pom poms and clap and jump up and down and do air splits from motherfucker that ain't been clutched in the playoff in 8 years. And yet, in proper order, y'all go and blame everyone except the person who is responsible. Is the guy on the field that has turned the ball over, having been nothing of a leader in the playoffs, have not been clutched in the playoffs, has not ever come up big in the playoffs. None when it counts. Does not have the signature championship moment, and probably most likely never will. But you come and gonna run down Todd Monken? You're just a mindless cheerleader that is just clueless. When the numbers speak to it, the games that the video documented evidence speaks to who's at fault for the failure in the playoffs by the Baltimore Ravens. And that's that guy that y'all give no accountability to. Jim Harbaugh wasn't out there. John Harbaugh wasn't out there throwing them interceptions. Todd Monken wasn't the one out there throwing them interceptions. Todd Monken wasn't the one out there in the fourth quarter against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game and could not produce a clutch play in the fourth quarter in 3 short fields. That was Lamar Jackson. You, sir, it is just disrespectful dialogue to run out here and run down an offensive mind, an offensive coordinator who gave Lamar Jackson a college football playbook whom Stetson Bennett looked better in. And you all's dual threat guard couldn't produce a ham sandwich in the playoffs with. I'm sorry. I find it just utterly disrespectful. I find it utterly stupid. You go live on your platform, live on a network, and suggest to Shadur Sanders he not listen. So in other words, In other words, you're telling Shadur to do exactly what Lamar Jackson did in Baltimore and lose. That's what you're doing. To tell Shadur not to listen to Tom, because that's exactly what Lamar Jackson did in Baltimore. And what did that get him? What did that get y'all do with thank God? Hmm? That don't have a clutch gene, leadership gene in his football dysfunctional body, while he's up there sleeping in film session and team meetings. But you're not discussing that though. But I guess that was Harbaugh and Monken's fault as well. See, you all's blind unaccountability for that guy, that imposter up there in Baltimore, is sickening. It is sickening. To advise this young man not to listen to Monkey is utterly stupid, immoral, and immature. It's just, it's just crazy. Some of you guys, they get up here on these platforms and say some of the stuff that y'all say in defense of one Lamar AAU Jackson. I'd like to know what Jackson is paying some of y'all. Because y'all get up shamelessly and defend this boy. Utterly shamelessly. Y'all applaud him and the players that followed him in the little meeting that slapped Harbaugh in the face. Which tells me that you all standard in the world of NFL football is relatively low. I'm trying to understand how you can go out here and give unsolicited, unwarranted, unprofessional advice to a young man that has made close to $600 million, in endorsements. It seems like he's a whole lot smarter than you. But you're telling this man not to listen. You telling him to do exactly what Lamar Jackson did in Baltimore and not listen to Todd Monkey. No, really, they really don't. 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 When you're co-signing a guy that reportedly slept in team meetings, slept in film session, refuse to do quarterback centric things in honing his craft of being a quarterback instead of a fucking gimmick. And you sit on live in front of a camera and advises this young man not to listen to his coach. Let that sink in. I really want people to understand what this cat said live in front of a camera and trying to advise Shadur Sanders not to listen to his coach. Not to listen to someone who's entrusted to lead this team. It is. I mean, oh my God, this shit is so damn trifling. This shit is so trifling. I mean, you all, all of these idiot cheerleaders, these idiot professional, unprofessional, corporate, legal, unlegal representatives of the Lamar Jackson fan club that shamelessly get out here and defend this ass white. And y'all go out here and y'all have these podcasts and get on these shows and get on these networks and throw dirt and shade on everyone and blame on everyone except the one that played poorly in the playoffs. This is the most pathetic thing that I have seen and heard. And trust and believe, I've seen a lot of pathetic shit and heard a lot of it on this stage. You all run out here and you defend all this regular season stuff. And then when all that regular season stuff don't show up in the playoffs, y'all blame everyone except the player. Lamar Jackson is not a leader. He's barely a quarterback. And yet you're out here summoning up the gumption to tell this young man over here in Cleveland that is going to have the keys to the Bentley, as it were, which is the Cleveland Browns offense, and telling him not to listen to his coach. Somebody help me understand how much sense does that make? Because that right there, that is some disrespectful dialogue at its best. To strongly advise a quarterback not to listen to his coach. Well, clearly Lamar Jackson wasn't listening to Tom Monken and John Harbaugh. Clearly. That was clear in the playoffs. I mean, because this is, I chose your blame game to defend a scrub with no clutch genes and advise an up and coming quarterback that is getting a new coach. And I don't, going to be, involved in learning somewhat of a new scheme, and getting in somewhere where he, can be helped to be developed. And you're out here loud and proud telling this young man not to listen to Todd Monken. What up, Raymond? What's going on, man? I'm sorry. I'm just, let me say good morning to everyone. I'm not gonna be long. I just had this on my mind right after I saw the bullshit. What up, E? Money, Mr. Knight, Ski. You know what I'm saying? Money. Everyone that's in. I'm just just voicing my opinion on this Emmanuel Echo bullshit. Just loud, proud, and wrong, disrespectfully wrong. To be coming at Todd Monken the way he came at Todd Monken and looking in the camera. I mean, strong with conviction. To tell Shadur Sanders he's to no way, shape, form, or fashion listen to anything that Todd Monken has to say. This is what it's come to. This is what it's come to. We're advising players not to listen to coaches now. This what we doing? This is what we okay with? This is what we cool with? Y'all out here really telling players now that you ain't got to listen to your coach. That's what we doing. I'm trying to wrap my mind around what was the end game to. I mean, well, I understand what the end game is because you really you're out here, you know what I'm saying, in defense of AAU. Because it's clear that you're a part of the contingent that blame Harbaugh and Monken for the imposters' lack of success in the playoffs. But neither one of those two gentlemen was on the field throwing those interceptions. Neither one of those gentlemen was on the field coming up short in the big moments to get Baltimore where they needed to be, and that was the Super Bowl. Neither one of those gentlemen quit on their team. Neither one, Harbaugh nor Monken, was the one that faked the injury and quit on his team. It wasn't Harbaugh or Monken out there at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning at the street vendors wagon, you know what I'm saying, stoned like Cheech and Chong. It ain't Harbaugh or Monken that is sleeping in team meetings and film sessions. Yeah, they do. They do, man. They blame the player. They blame the tight end. They blame the, you know what I'm saying? They blame everybody except the one person that has been the center of the failure that has been the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs. As I'm honestly, watching from the cheap seats and how Shadur has maneuvered throughout this, you know what I'm saying, all of everything that's going on. I think he's going to do his part as a player. He's going to do what a player is supposed to do. Get in there and soak up whatever the coach is going to give him, and you know what I'm saying, to help him succeed, which is what he's always done. I just it is mind-boggling disappointing that a person would go on a network, go on a platform in front of a camera, and literally command, demand, and authorize such a mindset. Andrews ruined the comeback. Well, what was the reason a comeback was necessary? Okay. Yeah. See, when you start asking all the right questions in a lot of these situations, they don't have those answers. They don't. I mean, I've heard all the pleas and shade throwing and excuses for this dude. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah, Ski. Yeah. They call Zay Flowers trash, make threats. They call Mark Andrews trash. They call the Ricky Kicker trash and make threats. But Lamar Jackson's excuse is he needs help. That wasn't his fault. Yeah, the numbers say otherwise. The number rankings of that particular phase on that team. I mean, think about something. All of y'all that be on Twitter, you know what I'm saying, throwing up all these numbers, in defense, and saying that he's treated unfairly. How is he treated unfairly? Y'all say he's an elite quarterback, but when it's time to do elite things in the season that counts, he out there putting up a AAU type level. Do hence the nickname. Y'all do all y'all. A lot of people y'all be out here on Twitter, on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Throwing up these video clips and talking about these are plays that only Lamar Jackson can make. Okay, if he can make those plays, where are those plays in the playoffs? But you sit out here on your platform, on your couch, and look in the camera and tell Shadur Sanders not to listen to his coach. Don't buy into anything. Don't entertain what Todd Monken has to say. And I know I'm going to rub, as always, when it comes to this Lamar Jackson, because this is what the situation is screwed about. You're really out here telling Shadur Sanders to do exactly what Lamar Jackson did in Baltimore and not listen to his coach. And it's sad. And y'all, you want to say, that he needs help. I mean, how much more help do he need when he's the top, the top offense in the NFL? You know what I'm saying? 3 of the last 5 years, he's been number 2 3 of the last 6 years. He's been 4th and 5th once each. Well, I mean, okay, what help? What help does he need? I mean, it help me understand. I'm asking for help now. Help me understand. Been the top rated offense 3 out of the last 5 years. But I constantly hear people saying that he need help. I mean, when is the reality going to be realized? When are y'all going to get out of your feelings as a cheerleader and look at the reality of what Lamar Jackson is? Because this thing that has cultivated itself into what came out of Acho's mouth in reference to advising Shadur Sanders to not listen to what Todd Monken is going to have to say, or don't listen to what Todd Monken is going to be selling when he walks into the facilities in Cleveland. I mean, is that professional? Is that the professional attitude to have? Is that the supportive attitude to have? I'm just saying, man. Go say, why would a young quarterback listen to an offensive coach with a proven elite track record across college and NFL? Make it make sense. Oh, gee, this is ridiculous. Yeah, yeah, yes. They were winning without Lamar personally, in my opinion. Tyler Huntley was doing better than Lamar Jackson, but nobody wanted to admit it. Finally, Shannon Sharp said Tyler Huntley was doing better. Yeah, yeah. They swept that under the rug in a hurry. He probably needs both Derrick Henry and Bijan Robinson in the backfield to help just to get to the Super Bowl. That's that Madden creative player shit. That man had a 1,900-yard Hall of Fame running back, and Lamar is a dynamic runner himself. Folks don't realize how much stress that to put on defense, and he needs more. Yeah, look, see, money, see that thing right there. Okay, and y'all, I've heard me say it before now. Okay, you know, shit get different in the playoffs. When he's got them playoff defenses, shut that bad Barry Sanders impression down that he be doing, and he actually have to play the position of quarterback. And what happens? What happens? What happens? Y'all have seen it. Y'all have seen it. But you got these, you know what I'm saying, legal lawyer type representatives of this guy that be coming for folks' heads that say anything against Lamar Jackson. You know, they be coming for folks' heads. I know I'm public enemy number one in the Lamar Jackson community. I'm not going to say the Baltimore Ravens because I've had a lot of Ravens fans, actual Ravens fans, not Lamar Jackson fans, Ravens fans that agree with me. It's the Lamar Jackson prostitutes that got the problem with what I've been saying for the last 5 years. And for, you know, for this dude to get up here, I just can't get over that, man. I can't get over that. How you going to advise an NFL quarterback not to listen to his coach? Not to listen to his coach. But yet you got a guy over there in New England that's been in the league, what, 2 years? This is the second year, and is finna be playing for Lombardi in a couple of weeks. On the opposite team from him is a guy that's been in the league almost as long as Lamar Jackson, and has seemed to have put it together the last 2 years, and is going. Sam Donald, boy, look, Sam Donald in the Super Bowl. Sam Donald in the Super Bowl. Come on now. Come on now. And for that matter, I mean, there are a couple of guys that need to be, not just Lamar, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield. Yeah, you called to the carpet too. Sam Donald is about to be playing in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. Sam, let that sink in. You got a 7-year guy who's been on, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. Sam Darnold's been on 5 teams. And, you know, it's going to be playing for Lombardi in a couple of weeks. Drake May. Second year starting quarterback for the New England Patriots is going to be playing for Lombardi in a couple of weeks. Ain't no might in it, Ski. Ain't no might in it. Ain't no might in it. Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks win the Super Bowl, bro. Okay, yeah, that following Monday, I'm already writing in my letter of excuse absence, and I'm all that following Monday. Mad Monday with the OG Super Bowl fallout ready. This is Sam Darnold Super Bowl winning quarterback. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. John, what's happening? Because this is crazy, man. You get up on your platform and you're telling a young up and coming quarterback. Let's just forget about what round he was picked. We forget about that. He's a young up and quarterback, and you're telling him not to listen to his coach, his newly hired coach, because you have a problem with him because of the lack of success of your favorite guy, your false dual threat guy, the impersonator at large. The AAU exquisite. This is, I mean, where does it end? Where does it end? What is it gonna take for y'all just to understand that this dude, he ain't it, man. He ain't it. 9 years in the league. You had the injuries due to his style of play. I mean, doing his Barry Sanders, Michael Vick impression, losing weight, gaining weight, changing pads. Instead of listening to your coaches, honing your craft as a quarterback. As a quarterback, you've gotten 3 offensive coordinators fired. 1 Super Bowl winning head coach fired. There are no offensive players outside of Mark Andrews have gotten paid because of you. I'm just saying, what is it going to take for you people to realize that this dude, he is the problem? Yeah, Michael Vick sold tickets. And in the game when it counted, what did he do? Okay, all right, yeah, okay. I mean, what matters most? The numbers at the box office or the results on the field? In crunch time, in money time, in the playoffs. What matters the most? What matters the most? That was my reaction immediately, John. That was my reaction immediately. He Lamar might be worse than Kirk Cousins when he returned when he turns 30. He about to be 30 now. 9 years in the league, bro. Your playoff record is 3-5. You've seen one conference championship game, and you took a diarrhea shit in that game. I mean, it is so irritating. You know what I'm saying? You get these Lamar Jackson defenders, these shameless prostitutes that come out here, and run down people and coaches and other players in defense of him. Quite honestly, all this just shut the fuck up. Because you're all wrong. You're wrong. Year after year, this dude keep proving y'all are wrong. I mean, I just wanted to come on for a few. I'm not wasn't gonna be on long. But Thursday afternoon dialogue will be on at 5, talking NCAA basketball for the most part. That's the plan, but I may just audible it into the secondary continuation of this conversation. Because I just did this. This is sad, man. This is some sad for sugar. This is some sad fuckery. This is some sad, immature, unprofessional, unwarranted stupidity. Yeah. As he was in 2020 when I started this campaign on him. It's come full circle. You know what I'm saying? This is another shining example of what I be talking about with this whole Lamar Jackson thing. And I'm glad to see that I'm not the only person that's seeing this. I'm not the only person that understands this. This is just crazy. You go on a national platform and you run down a NFL coach and you advise the quarterback that he's going to be coaching not to listen to him. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Mill said, "OG, I used to think Lamar Jackson wasn't the problem, but at this point in his career, I feel as though he's just part of the problem and not the only problem." I just say you're seeing the cracks in the armor. But all I'm saying, I'd say, Harbaugh and Munkin when the ones on the field throwing those interceptions in the playoffs. Okay. Harbaugh and Munkin one to one on the field at quarterback, not being able to execute when it counted as a leader of that unit on the field of the offense. If the dual threat guard is just that elite making plays in crunch time in the championship moment should have been secondary to breathing. You know, I'm just that's, and I've been saying it and been saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I feel for that man. I feel for Mitchell with what he's going to be inheriting. I mean, I wonder if they're going to sweep it under the rug the first time Lamar's sleeping the team meeting in there, or late for practice, or something to that effect, or late for a team workout, or no show for a team workout, or refuse to go sit down with a Hall of Fame coach to talk about getting better, like he has done for the last 8 years. Just saying, man. Look, it is what it is, but I just had to, I had to speak my piece on Acho and the stupidity it was of his comments. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man, for coming in and joining in and expressing your thoughts as well, man. Thursday afternoon dialogue, usual time. We might, dive a little deeper into this conversation. But I'm going to be talking some NCAA basketball as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tune in for that, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm finna get me some lunch and try to settle my brain down. You know what I'm saying? On this. And y'all tune in to Miss White Network later on, man. I'll holler at you.